What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another video on Elvis is the Man. Today marks the 48th anniversary of Elvis Aloha from Hawaii. This concert was broadcast via satellite across the world, and I'd like to point out to you the three things this telecast, this live concert did for Elvis Presley. Alright guys, so the first thing I'd say that Aloha from Hawaii did for Elvis was to truly end the question of whether or not Elvis could sing. This, without a shadow of a doubt, proved that he could. Now, I don't know how this could ever really be a question, because when you hear songs like even from 1956, 57, songs like Don't, Is It So Strange, I Want You, I Need You, I Love You, or Any Way You Want Me, when you hear those songs, you can obviously tell that Elvis could sing. But I think where Elvis got a lot of hate was because he came out of the era of the 40s and the 30s and 20s where it was just the crooners, people who could only sing. And when they saw Elvis, they just wanted to knock him for whatever thing they could see. In 1956, he wasn't accepted by the establishment singers. They wrote him off as just a high-energy teen with little talent who just moved around a lot. Their knock on him was that he couldn't sing. In the 1969 monologues, when Elvis went back to performing in Vegas, he'd even mock their sarcasm with his own sarcasm. He's like, I was never a singer anyway. Here's a few famous singers who had some comments and things to say on Elvis early on, so you can really see how they knocked his singing ability. This one was from Rudy Valley, and he was like a big pop singer in the 20s and 30s. He says Presley feels a lot as I did back in 1929. He didn't have much of a voice, so he compensated with assorted gyrations. See there, he says he doesn't have much of a voice. Here's a quote from Bing Crosby. Presley has a pretty good beat, and he sings in tune, but he needs more training and more diversified material. All his songs pretty much sound the same. Now, Crosby would later go on to say that Presley never made a contribution to music, so you could see these guys had something against Elvis. And, he needs more training with the singing, which, yeah, is true, but that's their knock. He can't sing. You have to understand the type of stigma that Elvis had and the knock on him and how he had that sort of chip on his shoulder, how he always wanted to prove himself. Back when Elvis was in high school, I don't know if all you know this, actually I think it was in high school, he was 14, so he was probably just entering high school. In his music class, he was given a C, and the teacher noted that he was below average, specifically saying that he had no aptitude for singing. This is when Elvis was 14, so he carried this with him all the time. And Elvis loved gospel music. He went to the Assemblies of God churches down south, and basically when he got to be about 18, 19, he was denied an audition for a local quartet because they perceived that he had a lack of singing ability, so he was turned away there. And even later, after performance of the Grand Ole Opry, Elvis was told by the manager that he's better off driving a truck, he better stick to it. He gave him $5, told him to go home, and he'll never make it as a singer. So you could see how these things probably irritated Elvis because he knew he was a good singer, but he got a lot of hate from the industry and he just didn't fit in. But it was good that he didn't fit in, because that's what made him a star. And when he got the opportunity to show the whole world who he was, he proved him wrong.